What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I'm bringing you guys a quick impressions of Paladins. This is the hero shooter from Hi-Rez Studio. Those are the developers behind Smite or Tribes, whichever one you've played. There are quite a few comparisons that I've heard people throw around with this game. Overwatch probably being the most comparable, and I'll get into that here in a second. The other one is Battleborn or Lawbreakers. I have not played Lawbreakers or Battleborn, but Battleborn for sure seems more MOBA-ish than this game for sure. There are heroes in this game, and that's pretty much where it starts and stops. They have abilities, and that's pretty much it with the whole MOBA thing. So it's much more like class-based shooter than anything else. So Paladins is currently in early access or beta. I'm not exactly sure what their clarification is on this. I got in early access after attending TwitchCon, which was in September. A little bit after that, they opened it up and I could enter my code in and play. Now, I didn't start playing until this past weekend, so I'm a little behind on the curve in terms of playtime, but I've not had an experience where I've just been getting utterly destroyed. It's more along the lines of our team composition hasn't been up to snuff, and then our team gets rolled or something like that. So the game mode Siege, and this is where I'm going to draw some direct comparisons to Overwatch. It's very much so like Overwatch and how it is structured, from the attacking phase to the defending phase for each team. So what happens is there's one large map. There's mounts in the game because the maps are pretty large. Now, the actual character speed is a little slow, but they have a lot of movement options for each character, which we'll touch on here in a second. So the objective of the game is to capture a point, and then there's a siege tank that spawns, catapult, and then it marches towards the enemy team's base and destroys, I think it's 2 gates and then the final vault. So your objective is to take out the siege, or capture the point so you can get the siege, and then destroy the other team's base. It sounds very similar to Overwatch because there's a capture point and then there is a payload that you need to escort to the end of the map. So the only difference is in Paladins you are dynamically switching between offense and defense the entire time, whereas Overwatch pretty much sets you on defense and sets you on offense for the entire duration of the match. There's no switching around. I would have to say that based on playing Paladins, I actually prefer Paladins' map structure a little bit more than Overwatch, because there are very open spaces and it allows you to use a lot more of the movement options. And it's just probably because I'm more of a UT, Quake is kind of corridor-ish, Tribes. I like those types of games where movement becomes something that you can really utilize to your advantage and fake people out, whereas Overwatch is much more condensed, linear. Yeah, you can fake some people out, but you really need to be in some I'd say open spaces, or just moving around in corridors and trying to fake someone out, right? They run around a corner and they think you've continued moving straight, but you're sitting there hiding in a corner and you shoot them in the back or something like that. That's how that's how Overwatch just kind of plays out. So you don't really get to utilize the movement a whole lot. Paladins, you can completely like jump over someone's head, hit them with a mid-air grenade, and potentially kill them. They do have a card system in the game that acts kind of like the itemization that you would see in MOBAs, where you slot or you pick your deck for cards, and then the cards have some additional attributes that will give you plus 30% damage in this small window with this specific thing. Or this specific ability active. There's some things like that are in there to add some additional gameplay enhancers, and they also have a loot system, which I don't understand quite how it works yet, but you get keys kind of either after you unlock a level or after you complete a game. I'm not sure exactly how that was set up, but then you can unlock those chests, which then will give you more cards for your different heroes and whatnot. Now, the hero dynamic that I've played so far, it seems pretty diverse for this initial group. They have some range characters. They have some hit scan characters. I think Grohk is the hit scan. Like he has a lightning gun. It's basically just like Quake. The range on it is much further. There's like straight up machine gun. I think his name is Ruckus. Is like this goblin that has a mech suit that you can shoot folks in and with with machine gun. I don't. It's really strange. I mean, I like the characters, but yeah, I mean, there's tanks, people that have shields. Very similar to like a Reinhardt. He almost looks the exact same, but Reinhardt's shield. This guy has a flamethrower instead. And I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, there's there's a wider range of characters. I think Sky's an assassin with like a bomb or some stealth assassin. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of room for them to create a lot more heroes. I think this is going to be one where they're going to try to create a cast of heroes that goes on forever. I don't know if that will be something that appeals to everyone, because at some point in time, I would imagine the characters would feel very homogenous. They feel very much the same for shooter specific. Now, maybe they'll add some new game types where I think different play styles are in order, so you can have some diversity in characters and stuff. But I'm very interested to see what happens with this game. It's certainly going to face some pretty fierce competition. And, game mode wise, I feel like the overlap between Overwatch's setup and Paladin's setup is very similar in terms of how the game mode is structured. But Paladins actually, for me, offers more diversity because of that dynamic between switching an offense to defense. Fun game. I think a lot of people can enjoy this one if this is something you're looking for, and I think you can get into it right now versus Overwatch waiting until spring. So if you want to try it out, definitely do that. I have a link down in the description. It goes to paladins.com, so you can check it out if you'd like. And if you're playing it, let me know what you guys think. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?